Hello, St-Laurent community, and a big hello to all of our St-Laurent students. I'm happy to be able to be touching base with all of you today. It goes without saying that our thoughts and our care go out to all of our families as we are working through and managing through this ambiguous and difficult time right now. That being said, I do believe that as a community, the St-Laurent community, we have an opportunity here to come together and to connect and move forward in the spirit and in the context of learning, of education, and of communication. Yes, this virus, this health situation is definitely making our day-to-day lives a lot different and more difficult than they have been in past. And that is clear and that is well understood. It is keeping us, to that extent, physically separated with the social distancing. And that, of course, is a civic responsibility. It's important that we are respecting that. However, at the same time, we are looking at this from another standpoint. And yes, we may not be able to physically be together. However, we know that we can come together and connect positively through our school and open up our classrooms online. And we will be looking to do that next week. Now, as we've had our meetings with our administrative team and our teachers, there are key goals that we want to be able to achieve in the coming weeks or months, if that's the case. And I'd like to outline these goals with you and then touch base on how we're going to do that. In terms of key goals moving forward within our community, within our school, we want to provide continued learning and curriculum while we are in the situation that we are. Now, whether that be for 2 weeks, whether that be for 4 weeks, whether that be for months, I want you to know that we're prepared for that. We are ready. Our teaching team, our administration, we are ready to be able to be there to support and continue the learning process and the communication process as we all move forward together through this time. Yes, we know there needs to be that flexibility and that things are changing every day, but with that, so are we. And we are prepared with a variety of different scenarios and plans to ensure that we are able to keep our classrooms and our communication open with you. 2, of course, education is that wonderful, amazing way to keep our minds open, our imaginations growing, and keep that connectivity to thinking and to learning. And that is not only important from an academic standpoint, but our goal, not just academic, but for the mind, right? For the heart, and keeping that use of that brain and all those amazing skills and tools that I know that my students have moving and growing, and we want to continue that. So that is a goal in every sense of the word. We will keep our community connected. We want to be able to also provide a schedule to you, our students, and our parents. Now, this is a flexible schedule, of course, because we don't have bells ringing. You're not moving from class to class, but we do understand the importance of structure and of being able to put in place a guided plan for you to utilize at home. And so you will be receiving a suggested schedule for our junior kindergarten and senior kindergarten, a schedule for our grade 1 to grade 4, as well as a suggested schedule for our grade 5 to grade 8. We are one school, but as we do with our students, we do recognize that there are some pieces in the schedule that might be a little more focused on with our senior team members, and some that will be focused on with our younger teammates. So you will be seeing 3 suggested schedules for those groups. As well, it is important for us when it comes to a schedule for our families and our students to ensure that as a team here, we are providing that same guidance and structure for our teachers. it is important to recognize that our team are also working hard with balancing family and balancing the different struggles that many of us are facing today in this challenging time. But I can tell you that our teachers are incredible. And from the moment we started getting communication from the ministry and our government, our teachers were coming forward with ideas and ready to go. And I'm so proud of this team and to be able to say to you, our students and our families, we are ready and we are here for you. And we do want to be part of that movement forward and through. In addition, another one of our key goals as well is to ensure that our students and our parents are set up well with regards to all the tools that you need to continue the learning. And we are very lucky to have been using Google Classroom for quite a number of years. And our student base, particularly our grade 5 to 8, are very adept at using this technology. We have been using the same technology with our younger grades, and many of our families go on every day to check what is happening in those classrooms. But what I can assure you as well is if Google Classroom has not been a tool that you've used consistently on a day-to-day basis, we will be there to help guide you through so that you can use the tool well, and it helps with the day-to-day at home. So do not feel if Google Classroom has not been something that you just are able to whiz through. We will be there to help guide you through. Everyone needs practice and training on things, and we're here to do that for you as well. So that is a key goal, because utilizing our tools is important for delivery of any of our messages. We also want to be able to, as a goal, assist you in setting up the work environments for the kids. I have set up my office space, and that is very, very important. And so we will be providing different tools and guidance on, the workspace, how to manage the day-to-day schedules that we are sharing, and make sure that our students can be organized with the tools that they need. So that is another one of our key goals moving forward. And ultimately, we want our teachers to be able to keep teaching and our students to keep learning. Now, we feel that those are goals that we're able to maintain and that we are committed to. But of course, there has to be a how. And so there are some key areas that we will be providing you and students, tangible pieces that we will need to ensure are in place to continue meeting the goals that I set out. The first I mentioned already. So there will be guidance provided for our different grade levels with regards to a schedule. Again, it is a guideline, but it is important to have that structure on a day-to-day. And if we look towards, and as we look towards returning back to school, enabling our students to be able to do that in a way where it is easier. It was still part of their day even when they weren't walking into and through those school doors is really important. So that structure and continuity is going to be important moving forward. And so again, the schedules are a guideline, but we definitely are encouraging our families and our students to utilize them and work with them, because they are, organization is sort of our starting point. As well, how are we going to get the lessons out to you? Again, Google Classroom. Now, 5 to 8, our grades, I know that we've been utilizing this on a day-to-day basis. Even our younger grades as well. But each and every one of our students and our families will receive every morning for their core subjects, math, English, and your social studies. Okay, you will receive an online video posted to the Google Classroom from your teacher. So we want to be able to to be able to share, to be able to talk, to be able to put forward, and to be able to facilitate, if not physically in the classroom, still via a video. And so those visuals are going to be really important, and hearing those voices and listening is going to be key to being able to move forward. So each of our students in our grades on Google Classroom, you will see first thing in the morning a full video lesson. Okay. 2, any tools, templates, outlines, the lesson plan itself will be provided on Google Classroom. So you'll be able to hear and see your teacher and continue on with any of the work that you need to do, as it will be posted. This will be great. It is very much like being in your classroom. So we're doing all we can to connect back and ensure that we set things up in a way that is familiar and in a way that is really effective. So, I think our difference here is we don't get to necessarily be together, which is really, really just the most wonderful part of education, but we are able to share with you using our online tools. Lessons, presentations, all provided. Every tool and supporting document will be provided and online. Now, what happens if you have a question? And you know what? I'm always proud of my students because you guys are great at advocating. You guys are great at putting up your hand and saying, I don't know, I don't understand. Can you help me? And we want that to continue on. The only difference will be that maybe we can't put up our hand, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to be able to email our teacher. Okay? Email your head of school. Email your head of resource. So as you go through a lesson, students, if you have a question, you know what? Between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., send an email to your teacher. Follow that schedule if you can. And as you go through your lessons, if you're not sure, you need more explanation, please do send that email to your teacher. If you're working on math and you're not sure of a concept, Miss Duncan, can you help me explain this a little bit further? You're working on your next novel study. Miss Beckers, what exactly were you asking for there? What does that mean? You have access to our teachers to do that. Okay? In terms of the curriculum and the lesson plans, our doors are still open, just via the computer. That's all. In terms of any questions, whether they be curriculum or lesson related, but beyond that, any questions outside of that curriculum or lesson plan, you have the ability, and I encourage you to contact me directly, and I will respond just as our teachers will between that 9 and 3 time frame. And we are committed to that. So again, any questions, please email and we will respond. With regards to resource and our IEP students, again, Mrs. Doherty is going to be available between that 9 to 3 to support, to talk, to hear any of the concerns and be able to provide support on that front. So if we think about moving forward, we are taking that live classroom and we're putting it online. You'll have that connectivity with your teacher through that lesson that's presented. You will have every tool that you need to complete, to work on, to review, to put forward on your system. You will have access to asking questions to all of us, okay, using our system. And we're going to push forward on this, and I know that it is going to be extremely successful. What I do want to ask as well is that I've mentioned the time frame of 9 to 3. What is very important is we do respect that time frame. And any questions that you do have or concerns, please work within that time frame for us. We will continue working behind the scenes, but again, our teachers need that time to be able to build and prep, but also balance their family as well. And that is something that is very important to every one of us. So emails, or if you are reaching out, please ensure that that 9 to 3 time is really maximized. You will not be receiving emails or any communications from the school um, and our teaching team outside of the 9 to 3 timeline. So thank you so much for being able to move forward with that. I believe we have a really strong plan, and as I said, I know that day by day we're working through things and we're managing things, but you know what? We're ready for that. We are ready for that, and we are excited to get back, and we're excited to get back and reconnect in the spirit of connecting, and in the spirit of the fact that we have these great online tools, which we've been using for quite a number of years. I am reaching out to you and saying, please send me pictures, send me video clips of the things that you guys are doing at home that are fun, that are creative. Send me those pictures of you working on that novel study or completing that social studies project. I want to see it. I want to be able to share that with all our community and be able to post that on Instagram. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to take all of you for a walk as part of my physical fitness regime with my dog Bailey. Those kinds of things day to day, we want to know and share. I think we need to keep celebrating those things and keep smiling and keep connected. So please do send me in those pictures. I do know that even Mr. Bill is going to be opening up his kitchen, I do believe, for some cooking with his kids and the St-Laurent community. So, rest assured that, that connectivity is key and is core. Now, last but not least, when I think about connectivity and moving forward and outside pure academics, because as I said, the focus will be on our math, our English, and our social studies. However, our sciences, our French, and our other extracurricular pieces or our non-core courses are extremely important, and they provide all kinds of different opportunity for different kinds of learning. So what you will be seeing in the schedules is the morning will be focused on core, but our afternoons, there will be more of an open flow where there'll be more self-directed and independent activities and lessons to follow for our sciences and our French. We will be providing all of our families and our students with this outline, with all the different resources as we are with every other subject. And in addition to this, we will be providing you with projects and activities and ideas that a whole family can do together as they link back to learning. And think about science. Science is everywhere. And I know Mr. Levier will be posting and putting out activities that can be done through the day and the week that focus on that outside world, right? Exploring or experiments that you can do at home. I know right now Mr. McNeil is definitely going through and he is pulling together those physical fitness videos. We might not have a gym, but you can be guaranteed that there are going to be those challenges put out to you, students, but family too, that you can do on a daily basis to keep healthy and keep connected. And Ms. Doherty will also be leading the charge on pulling together a variety of other resources that allow for sharing at home and learning at home and growing at home. And I think that the more ideas that we can put out there and share, and the more engaged we are together, and the more active we are together, through this medium, is going to make all the difference. As I close out today, I can't stress more the importance of keeping connected and laughing and playing and doing things that keep our hearts and our minds full, that keep us connected, and that allow for us to keep moving forward. We are a strong community, and we are going to move through this, and we're going to move through this together, and we're going to move through this well. And I look very forward to touching base with all of you next week. Okay? Take care, and we'll talk soon.